know you've all heard that your network is your net worth. So what is your actual net worth? Are you available in your network? Are you reaching out to people? Are you connecting with people? Are you utilizing yourself as a resource to others as a notary? All those things are really important as an entrepreneur, and in any business. As an entrepreneur, it's very important to network with people and surround yourself with people who are like-minded, who are probably in the same lane as you, same mind frame as you. So if you guys network in your area, put a yes in the chat or something. Hey, everybody. I'm so sorry to say hey. Hey, y'all. I'm trying to wave at everybody that came in.
Hi, y'all.
Look, people got off because she was coughing.
Yeah, thank you for showing up.
No.
I know, right?
If you have, if you are a networker in your area and you do actually have relationships with other notaries in your area, you know, put that in the chat if you want to and share that with us. We would love to hear about that. I know you said, Gina, that, oh, hey, Devin, that the area where you are is not so network friendly. Here, I don't know. I think it's limited. I just think it depends on the person really around here. I think that people want to kind of, I think some people don't want to network because they feel like it's competition.
Your competition.
Exactly. And you know, not every notary does the same type of documents. Not every notary taps into the same niches. So it's important to say, if you have someone come to you and they need something notarized, if you're not familiar with it or you don't feel secure in doing it, it's always good to refer them to somebody so that customer.
And you probably got a lot of things on your plate and you can't even be able to do that. So you know, the network is reciprocal. If you go and look somebody up, hey, I got this assignment. I'm not able to commit to that. If you have the availability, I want to pass this on to you. So networking, you could be missing out on some money that's being offered to you. So it's not necessarily somebody taking food out your mouth. Somebody could be actually putting food in your mouth and you not realize.
It does work the other way. I know in this area there are notaries because we have networking events through the HNA, and we have one coming up. Check out our flyer on our pages. It's a speakeasy. What kind of place is this place? I think it's like it's a bakery shop in the front, and then in the back it turns into like a nice bar area. So it's really cool, but we just try to find places where people are comfortable to get out, because a lot of people are not comfortable getting out and meeting people. Somebody just said here, I'm in Miami, but I'm afraid to talk to people, and sometimes I know where to go. So yeah, it's important to look in your area where people are holding networking events. What is it called? SBA, Small Business Association. I know the one here in Houston, they hold events maybe once or twice a month, where you can be in a room with real estate agents, title companies, escrow officers, and notaries. That's our gold mine. So look into a small business association in your area. That's a good place to start. Yes, that's where I was going next. I couldn't think of it. Thank you. Chamber of Commerce is a really good place to start as well, to be seen, to get to know people in your area. And that's a good place to network as well. I've noticed a lot more people having networking events in their cities as well. I see that sometimes, where you'll see a group of people that have met up, whether in an office space or, you know, somewhere out and about or at a restaurant. It's just good to get to see faces and people of, you know, and have like-minded conversations about what you're into and what they're doing. And it just helps a lot. It helps a lot. A lot of times you don't realize how much you can learn from networking with notaries in your area, because they may say, oh, don't go to that area, you know, or don't do that title company, or it's better to do this option, or try that, or maybe you want to market this way, maybe you want to look into it like that. So I think there is so much opportunity for growth when it comes to networking, because you don't know everything. I don't know everything. And it's, two heads is always better than one. So it's very important to open yourself and be very open-minded to networking with other notaries. They're not your competition. They're going to send you work. You can send them work. You know, I know some notaries here in Houston who do the, what is it called? Golly, at the bank, the safety deposit box drilling. So there's a notary that I know that does that. And I'm like, hey, when you can't do it, call me, let me know. I would love to have the experience. And in that simple conversation, she kind of let me know exactly what it is we do. She let me know about the pay. She let me know like how long I'd be sitting there, you know, doing that job, what all it entails. So it was a lot of good insight for me for something that I had no idea about. So it is always good to network with people. And I mean, Instagram is a good place to start, honestly, because you can DM somebody, or you can look up Miami Notary, or you can look up Dallas Notary or Charlotte Notary, and you'll find a lot of people that way. And what I mean by that is look it up through the hashtag. You'll find a lot of people who use that hashtag because that's the area that they're a notary in. So even just look up your area and put notary behind it and see what you find and say, hey, you know, I'm in your area, I'm in your city, you know, just I'm in this part of town. If you ever are unable to handle something, or, you know, you're sick, you're out, whatever, you know, you can always reach out to me, you know, send me a digital business card or whatever, what have you, contact information. It's just good to do that.
Just reiterating what you were saying, that, you know, the networking is paramount. It doesn't matter that it's a notary business. It's whatever business that you're in, you have to network. That's the only way you're going to grow financially. That's how you're able to expand your business. So I mean, no man or woman is an island. And I had to realize that once I became an entrepreneur, because I was so used to the professions that I was in before, that I was a one-woman army, one-woman show. And I realized very quickly that it's only going to get you but so far doing it by yourself. So it's really important to just network. And me being an introvert, it took a long time to kind of come out of that. So for those that are, you know, recluse and not used to like expressing yourself and being able to talk to people, that, you know, that can help you be with like-minded people. And another thing, I have my book out.
Plug it, girl. Plug it.
Yeah. I'm tongue-tied a little bit. The entrepreneur, the introverted entrepreneurial book. I got that out, and I put that out this weekend. So the information that's in that book, I'm going by experience. I'm going by what has helped me. And for those that are not used to like talking to people and stuff, that is a great resource. Not just for, you know, payment purposes, but also for information that I feel it'll be of great value for those out there that are like-minded, like myself, that's introverted. And it will really help you to be able to express yourself, to be able to help interact with other people business-wise, as well as in your personal life. So go in my DM me, or go on my bio.
Yeah, make sure follow her page, Notary Zone Lady. You should already be following her anyway. Someone said, "Oh snap, I'm gonna get that book." You better get it, girl.
You better. Look at me. Look, a whole year and a half ago.
That's true. That's true.
Who the hell I was, right? Y'all ain't know who it said. Who's this chick? First it was Tiger, and then Dr. Tech, and then you know, then y'all.
Where she come from, right? My type of girl. I was like, wow.
Yeah, man. Now, you know, we gotta protect our assets.
That's true. Devin said, I was nervous at first. However, I figured the worst people could say is no. I always say that to myself. Luckily, I found a few people in my area that had a collaboration attitude and not a competitor mentality. Ooh, that's a good topic right there. Yeah.
That's what's up.
I don't like that people think it's competition, because like I said, it's just so much like room to grow and to learn. Like, golly, it's so much to learn. And it's so many different. I was even watching somebody on TikTok talk about field inspecting, and I didn't listen to it too much, but the caption pretty much was just saying that there's more to it than just taking pictures of houses or, you know, properties. You can make really good money if you really just network yourself and put yourself out there. You can put yourself in positions that nobody else is able to be in because you're available, you're outside, and you're networking, and you're making yourself visible.
And not only that, that can also transform into you being their preferred notary.
And that's what you want. You want to be a lot of people's preferred notary so that your phone is always ringing.
And that can also transform into contracts, lucrative contracts, that you could be the exclusive notary for whatever projects that they need notarizations in. So there are grants out there for businesses.
I've been seeing that a lot on my timeline too. A lot of grants. And I'm like, is it really that many grants? And they'll even show like how much you get and how easy it is to apply. And I know some grant writing can be like serious. Like some people take it really serious and make money off grant writing, but there are a lot of easy ones too. And
that's part of copy. That's in the context of copywriting. So and that's lucrative too. And here's the thing. Now, when you network, imagine if you applied for a grant, you got a business, and let's say you won a grant for $2 million, right?
A
lot of bread, right? A lot of bread. Here's a kick though. Here's the, what's the word? The gag. Here's the gag is, if you network, right, and you have like-minded people, and they got that, they was awarded that grant, you don't think they're going to share some of that with you?
Yeah, because they see value in you.
Because we network, and we've been collaborating and kicking it and all that. I want to be able to cut some of this pie with you, slice this pizza. No, that's all right. Yeah. So networking, it will help you to expand.
Yeah, there's one thing that for me was very beneficial in networking with Dominique, for instance, is that she introduced me to the commercial side of loan signings. Now, I've not done any yet, which is fine, but just knowing that I have the potential to be able to do commercial signings, and I know that she's walking in those doors and in those spaces. We talk about it all the time, and she'll let me know about what it's like to do a commercial versus a residential, and she's shown me documents of a commercial loan versus a residential. And, I know that there's multiple signers when you do commercial loans. I know that they don't want to sit there all day with you doing the signing. So it's just a lot of that kind of information that I never had before now that I do know now I have the potential to tap into. So now I can spread my marketing. I can now change my marketing up and now veer my business to market in that lane and in that space. And I'll have the verbiage, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been talking with Dominique and she's explained a lot about that to me. And it just gives me confidence that, okay, I can tap into something else even more now, that a lot of people may not be tapping into. Somebody
asked, expand it to different
what are the
markets.
Top networking spots, like top 3? Like we said, look into the Small Business Association. I get Chamber of Commerce. Those two are going to be good ones. You can find those on Eventbrite. And actually, if you have an Eventbrite, like login, what you can do is,
Realtors Association
too. Those events may be on Eventbrite as well. And when you sign up, you can actually pick what type of events they'll let you know about. Like they'll say, hey, SBA has another event coming up in 2 weeks. And it's like, okay, good. I can choose to go or not, or you know what I'm saying? But I have it in my eyes and in my face, excuse me. And I see that those events are happening. And those are definitely great opportunities. A lot of title companies put their networking events on Eventbrite too. So definitely look into the Chamber of Commerce in your area, small business associations. They have a lot of like specified associations, like small Black associations or like female-led type businesses.
Right. Oh, but another source that you can tap into is go directly to your Secretary of State and find out if they have any, because they just recently in North Carolina, I unfortunately missed out on that they had a networking event with the Secretary of State. So look into your particular state and find out if they have any networking events, and you can actually get to meet your boss in person and get to find out what new things is happening in your particular state regarding notarial services and just in general. So just you can reach out right to the Secretary of State for any kind of network.
And like I said, Instagram, whatever area you're in, look up, you know, Miami Notary or Miami Notaries or however you want to put it in hashtag, and just start finding these pages, follow them, introduce yourself. You know, you don't have to be weird. Just say, hey, I'm a notary in your area. You know, if you ever need somebody to cover something, I got you. You know, you can keep it really short and simple and just,
you don't have to be, you know, you don't have to give a
you know, because I mean, you're still gonna be doing your own thing. But Instagram is definitely good too. I'm not really fond of Facebook when it comes to notary stuff, or Facebook at all, but especially notary stuff. I didn't have a great experience there. It seemed more like cliquish and negative. That's my experience. So
no, that's been mine too. So I'm good with that.
So be careful, girl. Be careful, guys. All of you, be careful in that space. But yeah, even just stuff like this, people you follow can easily be somebody you can network with too. And they don't have to be local. Like, you can still network with people across the globe, because you still have that potential to educate yourself and learn more about what you can do as a notary. I mean, look at what all we post now. You can do apostilles. You can work in the construction side. You can work on the legal side. You can do funeral homes. Like, we put out a lot of information. You can do wedding officiating, I-9 documents. It's just so many different things you can tap into from just even being online and putting you out there. She said, thank you. You're welcome.
Yeah. With that being said, while y'all copying my book, the Introverted Entrepreneur, I have affiliate link for all their courses.
Awesome.
So
that's
tap
perfect.
in on that.
Appreciate that. Yeah, it's all about your network. And I mean, a lot of one thing that I did was, when I had posted a video on YouTube about a mentor I had found, I was able to help her as a notary mentor get more people and more notaries educated and things like that. So it can always work. It doesn't always have to be in your favor, put it like that, because that will always come back to you. They'll appreciate you for that. And you know, if it doesn't come tomorrow, it's not a big deal. But just knowing that you were able to help somebody else in network and maybe help direct or lead people into certain avenues and with certain people, that's always going to be a blessing for others as well. So it's good to just be helpful. Exactly.
Yeah, you planting seeds. You planting seeds.
I'd have to get you the forms.
And you never know. People do give
she was asking, what do you do with funeral homes? I actually have a flyer that has let me actually pull it up. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Have you had any good or bad experiences with networking in your area?
You're asking me? Well, I mean, I have three notaries in North Carolina that that I can refer to if I needed any work done per se. No, I'm sorry, 4. Let me say 4. And it's been a great experience. But I mean, it's unfortunately it's not like we break bread or anything. It's pretty much, hey, you know, on a professional level, hey, you know, I'm not able to do this. Can you do this for me? Oh, sure, you know, blah, blah, blah. And they handle it. And, you know, I follow up and ask them how was the experience, and they keep me informed. And, you know, great all around. So they like, oh, you know, if you need anything else, just let me know. And I've had a notary actually refer work to me. So
yeah, I've had the same thing as well. I've just had people who maybe are needed. If y'all know anything about Houston, like it can take you an hour to get somewhere in Houston. Literally, it takes me an hour to get up to Dominique. So we're literally in the same city. I can't find that flyer off top, but I do know one of the forms that you can promote on your flyer, or when you do go to market to a funeral home, is like the body transfer form. You have to have a form
Yes.
notarized in order for a body to be transferred from A to B.
One state to a
yes,
to
especially if it's out of state too.
Especially if it's out of state or out of the country
too.
Period.
So I do know that form is on there. There's a couple of others on there. I don't know if you're interested in marketing, but we have a marketing course, and it breaks down every facet you can think of that you can tap into, and we give you the documents and forms that you notarize for each one of those facets. So we have a sale going on right now. I don't know. I think we're going to cut off at the end of the month, but we have bundled packages of our courses.
Okay. If I remember correctly, I think y'all have like 39 courses altogether.
It's a lot of courses.
Yeah, I counted.
You did?
I counted. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, we have a lot of courses. That's why we started bundling them.
Yeah,
but we marked them down a lot so that people could be able to afford to invest in themselves. I think some people like to just hike the price up just to say, I want to make some money. But we just really want to help you out with your business as much as we can. And I think the marketing course is beyond worth it.
For the value
like the marketing course alone. And let me just say this. The marketing course is not for loan signing agents. We're talking about general notary work. Like general notary work where you're making loan signing money, notarizing 2 documents. You know, you can do a POA on the low end, $150. And that takes 5-10 minutes, you know? So there's a lot of money to be made as a general notary. You don't have to jump into loan signing to feel like you need to make that money. You can make that money as a notary. You just have to put yourself in the right spaces and places, network and market, and get outside. And that marketing course would be like A1 for sure. I can't find that flyer I made. Oh my goodness, Sherelle. But yeah, the body transfer is one. I don't even want to open the course up because that's a bit much. Dominique will be like, "You what?" So I won't do that. But just know, I think the bundled courses are under $100, you guys. You can get 2 courses for less than $100. Some of them are just $50, $75, and you can have everything you need. I think one of the bundles is like the apostille and like the wedding efficient course.
I believe that.
I can't think off the top of my head. My mind is like not here right now.
I think it was 75.
Yeah.
75. I think. I'm not sure. I gotta.
She said, "What courses do you offer? When I go on your site, I only see no more than 7." I'm not sure if it leads you to our Gumroad, Dion. I'll have to DM you and like maybe send you a screenshot, or maybe just send you a link directly to the course. But when you go on the website, if you click on our courses, it's like a little square that just has our courses. When you click on that, it'll take you to the Gumroad website. And when you scroll to the very bottom, I know Gumroad is my last headache. But when you scroll to the very bottom, you will see our bundled courses there. And I can probably make a post and put a link to it so that you guys can get right to it. Gumroad is so difficult, and we've just had so many issues, but other programs are not any better. So we just kind of been sticking with what we have now.
What you say, the less evils in the
definitely basically. The best. What courses do you bundles information again, please and thank you. Let me actually see if I can pull up the actual bundled courses, the flyer at least I can read from, because we have the flyer on our page that talks about the bundled courses we have. But let me just pull it up while I'm here on Canva since I'm on.
Yeah, she's gonna post. If she doesn't do it here, she will definitely post it.
Okay, so here it is. So we have the Startup Duo. It's Notary Fundamentals and Marketing Fundamentals. Like I said, this is all notary work. This has nothing to do with loan signing. And that bundle is $75. That, like I said, that marketing one's going to be clutch. And then we have our Notary Niche package. Oh, this is a good one too. This is Exploring Apostilles, the wedding workshop, and a free I-9 workshop included, and that's only $50.
Look at that.
These are all.
Oh, that's the value one right there. You know how much that would have cost you individually.
You get all of those individually, and they're all pre-recorded, so you can go at your own pace with these courses. And like I said, that one's $50, which is really good. And then we have a loan signing agent power pack. So we do have one for loan signing agents if you are interested. And that includes the LSA Beginnings Entrepreneur Edition and our LSA Master Course. And that includes the document review, which is like the cherry on top. Yeah, and it's all pre-recorded as well. Yeah. So we go over the documents that are in the loan signings like one by one, and we explain to you what they are, what they mean, like the definitions, how you can explain it to the signer if they start asking questions. But you'll have the information. A lot of people create cheat sheets and things like that, but I think just with repetition, you'll eventually be able to just flip through pages and explain what these documents are one by one. And then we of course have another one where you pick any 2 to 3, and then we can bundle them for you and give you a special price. Hey, Latanya.
Hey, Natasha.
Doing, yeah, I'll definitely make sure I post a link. Let me actually, can I write that down somewhere? To post a link that I'll make sure to do it. I will do it, I promise. I'll make sure to post the link. Is anybody else out there networking in their area? Like, is it dry? Is it friendly? Is it not friendly? Is it open?
Oh, she's resting. She's not feeling too well. So we running it right now.
You missed it, girl. She sound like Biggie Smalls.
Ugh. Yeah. Who shot you?
She was very. You missed it, girl. She was. I was like, girl, get off this phone. But she's been. We actually had a mini photo shoot on what was that, Friday, and she wasn't feeling that good that day either. Okay. So, yeah, she hasn't been getting better, but we pray that she will get better. Yeah, we do try to keep it affordable, girl. We try to keep it affordable. We don't want to rob you. Like, it's a charge, and I'm not bashing anybody because, do you make your money how you make it. But I think it's just horrible to charge somebody thousands of dollars or near thousands of dollars to take a course on something that to me is more simple than it is difficult. I think there's too much fluff around it, and we just get straight to the point. So, and like I said, all of our courses are pre-recorded. But first of all, let's go back to Gina's book again. Now, make sure you follow her page, Notary's Own Lady, because if you know, you tripping. And can you explain for the new people who have gotten on about this book? It's like, to me, it's clutch for right now because so many people are freaking scared to get out. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, I think a lot of it is because of the pandemic, because we've all been staying indoors. So we've just been so accustomed to being indoors, and the fear mongering with COVID and all that. It's made everybody paranoid. You know what I'm saying? And if you was that way, and if you was already like that, it's exacerbated like times 10. You know what I mean? So now it's like, all right, go outside, and you're like, oh no, fuck all that. I ain't doing all that. But if you was just a natural introvert like me, that I was cool with being inside.
Y'all was like, yes, about time.
You ain't saying nothing to me. Yeah, you ain't saying nothing to me. So, but now that I'm on this entrepreneurship journey, it took a while. It took a while to get my confidence and to be able to promote myself and things. And I really got to give a testament to
Tiger. I like him. He's so positive.
He put me on first. Energy. And then Tech, Dr. Tech, he put me on first. Then he introduced me to Tiger. I'm going
both of them or just Tiger
order. No, Tiger? He's from Cali. He's from California.
Oh, okay. I was like, what part of Cali he talking like?
He's from California, but it's the same. It's the same thing. We from the city, so Tiger, he's from Brooklyn, just like Biggie. So gotta give love to my Brooklyn peoples. And then I met Dominique along the way, and then met you, and then we now look at us, we together, we linked up. So with that being said, I just feel like I'm just going from the experiences that I've been through with my previous jobs as being an introvert. People kind of assume that introverts are antisocial, don't want to deal with people. That's partly true. Or we don't have intellect or we don't have value to show or offer people. And that is so, I'm a living testimony of that. Now, it's true. The various positions I've held was supervisory positions, but prior to me getting those positions, people underestimate because you're quiet that you don't know anything, that you can't bring value, or you can't congregate a verb, a vowel, or anything else.
People are cruel, man. People are mean. That is horrible.
They are.
People would think that about somebody that's quiet.
They do. They do. But then, unfortunately, I had to kind of break out of that shell in order for me to elevate to those supervisory levels. And they're like, oh, damn, you are smart. You are intelligent. Oh, you are funny. You're this, that, and the third. You are communicable and all that. You know what I'm saying? But it had to take me to get out of my shell. And when I dealt with the death of my late husband, that made me shut down altogether. So between that, I lost my husband, then I lost my sister within a year and a half of that. Then I lost my mom. That just did it for me. Yeah, I like completely shut down. I didn't want to do anything. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't want to go outside. I barely wanted to.
Please, we want to hear it.
Be transparent. I didn't even want to bathe. I didn't want to do nothing. I just wanted to stay in the bed. Or I just get up and feed little man, give and breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and take my black ass back in the bed.
Wow, that's a low place to be.
1,000. Yeah, I was completely low. I thought being homeless and pregnant was low, but losing 3 people,
important people
within 5 years that really loved me,
that's a lot of support lost. And I can only imagine how you feel when you lose like you lose your quarterback or something on your team. Like, you know, that's your backbone. I definitely get it. That's hard. I have no words for that. But you know, I will say this, like I would never have known. I would never have known or even thought that, just because I know you as Gina, you know, you are boo, you know, Gina. Crazy Gina from the New York, you know what I'm saying? You know, with the gun.
Yeah, exactly.
On the IG. I was like, oh, I like her. But yeah, that probably took a lot of rehabbing and mental shift. And I can.
A lot of therapy.
And so many people run from that too. I had one bad experience with therapy and it pushed me away, but I definitely want to go back into that space. And it's not like, I don't know if it's just things from childhood or things from currently, but we don't realize what affects us until someone is like, you know, that's affecting you as an adult, right? The stuff that happened as a kid is still lingering.
It molds you into the person that you are, good, bad, or indifferent. Contingent upon what your childhood was like, that's going to make you the person that you are. And I was picked on for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, so that made me an introvert just on that alone. And then the stuff I dealt with at home, so it was like I just revert into me. And I said speak was spoken.
The safest place to be is just with yourself.
You know what I'm saying? I made friends. I was scared to make friends because when I did, I was taken advantage of. So, you know, all of those negative situations, it made me not trust anyone.
That makes sense.
So, but once I met, you know, I've been married and all that, and it helped open me up. And then once I became a mom, that really changed the trajectory of my personality, because now I'm responsible for other people. See, before I was like, fuck you, I don't gotta do this.
But now, you have to.
And but in any event, just to sum it up, all those experiences and what I dealt with, that motivated me, or inspired me, I should say, to become a life coach. So I took the courses and everything. So I'm a certified life coach on top of all the other hats I wear. And that inspired me to write the first book that I had was Surviving Personal Setbacks. So that was the catalyst for that what I went through, surviving depression and death and all that stuff. That was
still
the first
out
book,
there,
which
y'all.
is
Y'all
out
get that
also.
book
You
too.
can pick that up too. Yes, ma'am. It's still out there. But
you're telling the story.
But I'm going chronologically now. The book to tell us the backstory that leads to this new book that I put out this weekend, The Introverted Entrepreneur: How to Survive in a World That Can't Seem to Shut the Fuck Up. That's the whole title of the book. Okay?
And that's real.
I'm going to just keep it 1,000. That's the name of the whole book. Okay? Because us introverts, no disrespect, but this world is too loud. They want you, you know, oh, you got to be front and center. You got to talk. You got to be visible. You got to be this. That's sensory overload for us introverts. We don't want you lucky we talking your ass.
I mean, think about other cultures who are not loud, you know, and they are more quiet tone speaking type, soft speaking people.
Yeah, like the Asian culture, Japanese. They're very subtle. They're very, you know, business minded. They speak when spoken to.
All about
they're
respect.
Not very gregarious. They're like, okay,
all circles around respect. Yeah, they're definitely a different kind of people. But I will say, like, and to tie it into networking, I feel like when we cross paths, I networked with you in a sense of just gaining inner strength and confidence. And that's just something that I don't see a lot from a lot of entrepreneurs. And that's something that, to me, I learned a lot from you. And it wasn't about the notary work. It was just about being an entrepreneur and being confident in who you are and in your business and what you represent. And telling people straight to their face, like, this is who I am, this is what I do. It is what it is. You take it or you leave it. And I didn't always have that mentality or feel that way about my business. I was kind of shy about it. I didn't want to too much promote it. I just kind of felt like I wanted to kind of hold back for whatever reason. I didn't feel 1,000% confident.
I still have my moments with that. I'm gonna be transparent. I still grapple with that. But compared to where I was to
You're
now,
definitely a living testimony for sure, especially with everything that you've been through in your life. I think it's beautiful. I love it. I'm happy for you, and I love to hear. As soon as I hear your voice, I get excited. I'm like, where's Gina? What she doing? What you doing? I love it. You know, networking can be more than just monetary gain. Like you can learn from people about being a business person, about being an entrepreneur. You can learn even on the notary side or whatever it is that you're into. You can still learn on the business side and the personal side. And I think the networking that we have in the Houston Notary Academy is definitely business and personal, because sometimes as an entrepreneur, when you're going through stuff, you don't know that other people are going through it too. And you feel trapped in your mind with what you have going on. And you're like, how can I do this? How can I get through this day? How can I make sure I take time to market my business? How am I going to make sure I get these flyers produced? How am I, I got kids to feed. I got bills to pay. I have, it's so many things that we all have to worry about as just people in general, aside from entrepreneurs. And it's like, with our network that we have, I love that people share their stories, because it just makes me like, it's like a breath of like relief. Like, oh, somebody else is going through it and it's okay. I'm going to get through this. I think that's super important to know, is that you're not alone. I just think people just would rather kind of harbor things inside. But when you find a space and a network in a group, or even just one other person to be able to converse with and just release, share experiences and all of that, it just makes it so much easier as an entrepreneur to be able to navigate all the avenues that we all have to navigate on a simple daily basis. Like today, I got online on my computer by a certain time. I only had a small window to market, a small window to get online, do some stuff. I had to do my daughter's hair. I got clothes. I got to, you know what I'm saying? I have to just be able to be able to navigate everything. And I know that I have people who are going through the same thing. Dominique has kids. You have a kid as well. Like, we all have a lot of the same responsibilities, and we're getting it done. And we all share tips and stuff that we do, and you know what I'm saying, and it's helpful. And it's helpful as an entrepreneur when you speak about your personal life, because sometimes things that people do and shortcuts they create on the personal side helps them on the business side to be more effective or successful, or execute what they want to execute on the business side. So I think it's extremely important to make sure you surround yourself with people who are like-minded, who are positive, who can help you. And it's not all about money. It's just not all about money. Money helps. Don't get me wrong. And referrals help.
It does. Right. It does. Right. We're not going to lie. I mean, it helps. It's the truth. But here's the thing. The mindset is so paramount, because if you don't have the confidence to believe in yourself, because I had to learn this, and I'm still learning. Yeah. See, still learning, because here's the thing what coaches don't tell you. They tell you, oh, I did this, that, and the third, but I'm going to keep it 1,000. I'm working on myself at the same time. So you understand? So that way I don't, because some life coaches, they kind of forget where they came from, in a sense. Not all, not all, because I don't want them coming for me. But for me, I can only just speak for me and my lane. You know what I'm saying? I just stay in my lane and my lane alone, and and God used me and how He's going to use me on that. You understand? But I'm doing the work. I still do the work on me. So that way, one, I can stay relevant. Two, I can stay humble. Stay humble, because I'm not better than nobody here. I'm just walking my path. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just sharing my experiences and sharing my knowledge, not just from life experience, but going to school and learning to do this professionally. So that's what inspired the books, both those books. So from the introvert part of the new book that I got out, the Introverted Entrepreneur, it touches on what for those that are not familiar with us, because I'm gonna call us our gang, the introvert gang, that you get an insight on what makes us tick, why we move the way we do, or why we do things the way we do.
That's
so
helpful,
you get insight, not only on yourself as an introvert, but also for those that we're very misunderstood. Introverts are very misunderstood. So I just wanted to take that veil off, and also to address the challenges that we as introverts go through. So I wanted to shed light on that.
Get that book. She ain't gonna tell you no more now.
Okay? Get that book. It's deep. It's deep. Now I worked on it for a minute, okay, because I wanted to be detailed.
And everything you just said was very important.
Okay?
Just even knowing you from our perspective. I'm a loud, crazy person, so. And I grew up with a dad who was not, he's not loving. He's loving. He just loves his own way. And I learned that over time. He doesn't have to be this tickle dad and I love you and all in your face.
Loud,
he shows his love in a different way. I know, baby. You have to go in there though. Okay? Close the door behind you. Close the door behind you. You still want to keep talking. So So what I wanted to add, we have 5 minutes left, but what I wanted to add with what you're doing, we are more alike than what I thought. When I first became a notary and I wanted to get into YouTube, I was nervous to talk about my journey starting out because I didn't want to come off as a notary expert. I wasn't an expert. I had just started. I had watched videos of people sharing their journees and we're talking about, experiences they had. And I was like, you know what? I think this will be effective for me personally because I'm able to talk about my journey as a new notary. What?
She
always got to tell me something I already know. You know how kids be doing. Hey, I know.
Right.
Bye, girl.
Yeah. At the wrong time,
starting out with YouTube and the notary pretty much at the same time, I was like, you know what? I want to be able to share with people my real life experiences as I'm, like you said, learning and growing. And it does humble me because I'm still watching other people's channels. I'm still following certain pages and people who influence me. And I wanted to also have experience and just share it as a notary beginner. I think so many people teach from I know it all and you need me to learn, and I wanted to be at the same level with people who are trying to figure this thing out. And I wanted to say, you know what, I'm a new notary. If you're a new notary, follow me. I'm going to talk about this and this, the doors I run into that are closed, the doors that have been opened, experiences I've had, you know, and it's been a crazy wild ride, but it actually worked. And I didn't think it would. I thought I needed to have all this amazing experience and time. And I thought I needed all these extra credentials. And I thought I needed so much more than what I already had. And I was like, you know, I'm just going to share the value I have as I gain and learn it. And I'll be a resource. I wanted to be resourceful to people because so many people had the same questions. And I'm like, how do y'all not know this and this and this? And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to put it out there. I'll share with you the information. So it's definitely important to network. We have a couple minutes left if anybody wanted to comment about any benefits they've gained from networking or if they're having issues networking. Make sure you leave a comment. We mentioned some places earlier that you can get started in networking, which was the Chamber of Commerce. Instagram is a good place to start. Look up hashtags and look up notaries in your city or in your state. Start following those pages. Make sure they're people that are inspiring you and are helpful and knowledgeable. What else do we say? The Small Business Association. You said the Realtors Association is good too. Eventbrite. On Eventbrite, there are a lot of title companies, real estate companies, escrow companies that all have networking events. So those are good spaces to be in and to be seen in them often. Like going often is good too. Bring your business cards or your digital business card, Ronnie. Now that your name is on there, I saw what you said digital. But that's how we feel about networking. Hopefully, we were able to give you some insight and some confidence. It's okay if you don't feel confident, but I will say if you don't feel confident, maybe you need to go back and educate yourself a little more. And I think that is wholeheartedly worth the investment. I invested my money, I invested my time, and it has definitely paid off more than I could have ever imagined by just saying, hey, I need some help. Or, hey, can you help me with this? You know, it's okay to reach out to people for help. It's perfectly fine. Did you have anything else you wanted to add, ma'am?
No, just reiterated what she said. Just be yourself. That first and foremost, don't be nothing that you know that's not your comfort zone. But get out of your comfort zone in terms of networking, in terms of expressing yourself with your business, and have the confidence to say, I do and can bring value.
I love that. That is a good way to even just have your pitch phrase for people. And this is gonna sound like weird, but get in the mirror. Get in the mirror and practice what you're gonna say, how you're gonna approach. Are you gonna smile? Or are you going to be like, hey? Or are you going to have your digital business card ready? I mean, you need to make sure you have an approach, especially if you're somebody who has a little bit of a hard time approaching people. Because I don't like to approach people, if that makes any sense. But I'll mark it. You know, if it's for a good cause and I feel like I can, like you said, bring value, I'll go ahead and speak and come out of that shell. But you never know until you try. And like Devin said, the worst thing you can hear is a no. And I mean, if you hear a no, keep it moving. You know, how many times do you hear no? Have you heard no in your lifetime? It's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So step out of that box, go into the mirror, start there. I don't know if you have people who live with you, but approach them and say, okay, I need you to help me for 5 minutes. Yes.
Practice with them.
It's perfect to do that. It's perfectly fine to do that. But yeah, you just got to get outside. And I know those networking events can be awkward because to me, they're kind of awkward to stand around and you're by yourself and people are all talking and you're like, but just walk up to somebody. And one thing I like that Dominique does is before they can even get out what they want to say, she's like, what do you do for a living? You know, make them start the conversation, see where they are mentally, see where they are professionally, and then just bounce off of that, you know, end the conversation quick if you don't want to talk, or just say, oh, okay, well, I'm a notary. This is what I do. You know, here's my card. Here's my contact. You know, maybe we can network at some point in time, or, you know, just, you have to just get comfortable. You just have to do it.
You have to. If nothing else, just, you know, see Notary Lady and use me as an example. I mean, but if I can
we all can. We all will. We wish the best for you guys. We're gonna go ahead and close out. Oh, well, hold on. Natanya said her husband slapped the door on you. Well, you know, that means you got to go back and regroup your approach with him, and then maybe he won't slam the door on you so hard. You know, were you dressed appropriately? I mean, were you like what was really going on? Where were y'all when you did this? You know, I have questions. All right, we'll talk about it on Wednesday. But
yeah,
you guys say a quick prayer for Dominique. She, if you don't know, she's diagnosed with lupus. Definitely. So anything that has to do with being sick, it affects her way different from average people like me
10
and you.
Times
right, it affects her whole body, person. And she's in pain. And I know she's sick now, and her kids are sick. So please make sure you say a small prayer for her that she gets better.
Yeah, please pray for our family there. Right? We want her back strong, and because we're not used to this. We used to her, you know, killing it, just coming in, get out of here. Yeah, I got this.
And now she,
so we had to respectfully tell her to go sit your
literally, y'all. She came on here. If you were here earlier, she was here, okay, y'all.
Yeah.
But thank you guys so much for tuning in. We really appreciate you guys. And whether there's 2 or 10 or 20 of you guys, we definitely appreciate you guys for listening in. And we'll see you again on the next rundown. If you have any suggestions for a topic, please send us the suggestions. You can send them to Notary's Own Lady, myself, Signed by Dominique, or even Houston Notary Academy. We also go live from time to time on TikTok. We have some good conversations on there and a lot of great gems and drops. So make sure you check us out when we promote.
Yeah, they do.
When we go live on TikTok. We have some things coming up soon. So we'll be keeping you guys in the wraps. But thank you guys for joining us so much. Have a great week. Get that book right now. The link is in our bio. Follow Notary's Own Lady. Follow Notary's Own Lady. Follow Notary's Own Lady. And get out that box. Network. She said what she said.
What she said.
But anyways, thank you guys for joining. Have a great week. All right.
Stay blessed. Stay safe.